I never order tofu in restaurants unless I have no other choice, really. But every single time I go to the grocery store, I buy a pack of tofu, if not more. The reason I don't order tofu from restaurants is because it seems to only come one of two ways. Raw, it still tastes the same, it still feels the same. And the second way is deep fried within an inch of its life. It's not crunchy, and it always kind of just tastes stale. Feels stale, sorry. It tastes like nothing. It tastes like oil. So that's the end of my tofu journey. I don't like tofu, it's not for me. Until I discovered this technique. So for those of you who are impatient and already know how to cook, this is the approximate recipe. And for the rest of you, stay tuned. First things first, you need some tofu. And don't worry, I am not gonna ask you to buy a tofu press. I'm not gonna ask you to bust out some cheesecloth or some pantyhose or any kind of squeezing, pressing, draining device. I'm not here to do a DIY. I'm trying to eat this food because I'm hungry. And by the time I'm hungry, I'm already kind of mad. So all you're gonna do is get that tofu out, drip dry, rinse it if you want, that's up to you, and cut it. You're gonna cut all of the whole block into cubes. You're not gonna save any of it. So I'm trying to increase surface area. That's why I cut it into cubes, because I want more flavor. I want more texture. And in my experience, it's hard to get tofu flavored inside. You can't get the flavor inside the tofu. Now this is the first secret. This is the first hack. This is the first trick. This is what makes it good. Is we are gonna coat these in a breading. It's not flour. I used to always bread everything in flour because from the South, we like our breading, we like our chicken fried, everything. But we're not gonna do that here. We're gonna use pure cornstarch. Sprinkle of salt. You can put a little extra salt because with tofu, you got a lot of leeway. And then it's gonna make a little pile. You're gonna cover that whole pile in seasoning. So sometimes I use like a chili con carne mix. Today I'm using taco. You can use whatever mix you want, that's the thing. So if you got some special like family heirloom rub recipe that you use for meats, by all means, please use that. Nobody in my family cooks, so I have to start with the mix until I've learned some more things. I like to add a little bit of chili powder, not chili con carne powder, but chili, the pepper. Add a little chili powder. Like I said before, I'm from the South, and I'm talking swamp South, like bayou South. So I'm putting cayenne in there as much as I can, but I also don't want it too spicy because my baby eats this. But whatever your little heart desires, if you want to put black pepper in there, go on right ahead. If you want to put curry powder, go ahead. If you mess up on this batch, you're gonna do it 3 more times. You can adjust the recipe. So you're gonna want to put roughly 1/4 of these little cubies in your bowl. Toss them around, make sure they're all coated in that delicious powder. And then you're gonna transfer them to a pan with oil of your choice. And pretty much you're just gonna pan fry these. And since they're squares, you gotta rotate them around. You wanna lightly fry all sides. We're gonna do this 4 times, but be careful because filming this, I got burned. Was trying to get some cinematic shots. Didn't even get the shots, just got burned. So be careful with your oil, people. So once you're done with the first batch, you're gonna wanna taste it. See if it's good. See if you're missing any kick, any saltiness, anything. If you like that, you can make a bigger batch, but I still like to do it in 4ths because that's just my process. Here's the second secret. When things start to want to stick to the bottom of the pan, I'm gonna add a cheeky little splash of soy sauce. Now it doesn't matter whether you're making an Asian recipe or not an Asian recipe. I still add, I would say, only like a tablespoon. Quick stir it around so the tofu absorbs it all. You don't want one piece getting too much soy sauce. And I do this for 2 out of the 4 batches, so roughly half of my cubes will have this extra bit of soy sauce and the other half will not. And for some reason, when I'm eating a bowl of food, it just keeps every bite exciting. So if you want to use that tip, feel free. If you don't want to use it, that's okay. But that's about it. You're left with these crispy little morsels of tofu. Now, when this is fresh, the outside should be crispy, light. So good. I've had these cubes with the same seasoning in pasta. I've had them in burrito bowls. I've had them on salads. I've had them with nothing. You could put it in a wrap. You could put it pretty much anywhere you would put meat or meat alternatives. Let's say you're cooking like a teriyaki dish or a sweet and sour dish. You can still cover this in an additional sauce, and the base seasoning is not that strong because, like I said, tofu's extremely flavorless and bland that you kind of have to like overcompensate with the flavorings. But much love, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my clutch go-to tofu recipe, and see you next time. Yeah, maybe some of them might be burnt because I'm trying to cook 6 sides and film, okay? Give me a break. If you're vegan, check the label, because to my dismay, to my extreme confusion and disappointment, taco mix. Tell me why there are milk solids, milk bits in taco seasoning. There's not even any milk in tacos. There shouldn't be. So that's something we have to look out for now. You buy taco mix, you think it's safe, for sure there's no eggs, milk, or dairy in here. And there are. So be extra careful, double check your and do what you need to do to make yourself happy. So obviously I'm not a strict vegan yet. I ate it, but I'm warning you, be aware.